What's up, homies? It's time for the Christmas episode! And we're back at that snowy mountain bowl thing that we found. Who knows how long ago that was at this point, but I think this is where we're going to be building our little Christmas build that we got going on. I got some plans. I want to do like a North Pole type thing from the Santa Claus movie, you know, just like a workshop type thing maybe over here, but we got to build a big sleigh. We got to build a Christmas tree, of course. We've got some plans, and I am so excited. Oh, hello. I've also been messing with that new Be quiet, please. I'm talking. I've also been messing with that new Voxy mod, and I do think it might be a little bit better than Distant Horizons. Hold on. Just wanted to turn the fog off so that we could really see the distance you get from this. I mean, if I zoom in on the castle, it gives me the castle details, whereas Distant Horizon just kind of, you know, leaves it as big old blocks, and I cannot believe how far that guy just hit me. We can even see our campground way over in the distance over here somewhere. Oh, there we go. There's an RV way over there. Look at that. But I think we'll leave that off while we're building over here just so it's a little bit smoother. But let's get on down here and start, you know, planning what we're going to do. We got some plans and hopefully we can get it done by Christmas. So I think what we're going to do is use this area over here for, you know, Santa's workshop, maybe flatten it out a little bit, make it a little bit smoother. But yeah, do the Santa's big workshop over here. And then I think I want to do a sleigh up on this platform. Maybe, I don't know. It's kind of far away. We'll see. Definitely the workshop right here. We have to do an actual North Pole. Maybe we'll do that like right smack dab in the center. Just kind of big, maybe like 20-30 blocks tall. But then we're just kind of gonna deck it out. We'll have the workshop, maybe a path leading up this way with, you know, candy canes around it, maybe some special trees. A very big Christmas tree, I think, is going to go right over here. And that's kind of all I've thought of. So we got workshop, tree, path leading up to that platform, maybe where Santa's sleigh is going to be, the North Pole over here, and then, you know, candy canes and other wintry, Christmassy stuff around there. So I think that is the plan that we're going to base everything off of. And I also think what we're going to do is put our base camp up here so that we're not, you know, moving it every 5 seconds when we build up a little bit further. You know what? We're probably going to build some up here, so why am I even saying that? So now I guess let's get some materials out and start planning this thing. And here we are. We've given it a little bit more of a flatter terrain. We kind of gradually made this slope come down into the flat area. We filled that in a little bit. Might push that back just a little bit further. Haven't quite decided, but I think this will be enough room for Santa's workshop, because I kind of want to build it like into the side of the mountain even. And then that way, if I need some more room inside it, I could just carve out inside the mountain for like extra room inside the workshop, you know. But that's where we're at. We've gotten this a little bit flatter. So what do we do next? I think I kind of just want to get going on this workshop, you know, build the whole facade out here, get digging into the mountain if we have to. And yeah, why don't we get going on that? And we got going on that and got a little carried away and kind of just ended up building the whole thing on a couple streams over the last few days. But yeah, so that was an oopsie, but we do have Santa's workshop now. We just can't really tour it yet because we got to do everything and, you know, get the time lapse going, and then we'll take the tour afterwards. But good news is it's the Christmas special, so it's going to be a shorter video and everything will be done shortly. But anyways, so now I've decided we're not going to do Santa's sleigh way over there. We're going to do it up behind here because that right there is Santa's room. So maybe there'll be a secret entrance to get up onto the mountain behind it. And all I'm going to tell you about Santa's room is it is awesome. It's kind of not that awesome. It's just got a cool feature to it. But yeah, so let's start building a sleigh up on the mountain. I did it again. I am so sorry. I got carried away and just built the whole entire thing on stream again. I'm so sorry. Oh my goodness. I'm getting really bad at this. But yeah, so this is this is where we're at. We got Santa's workshop looking all festive, and we've got Santa's sleigh up there. We did the lights around the edges and everything with this one too. And oh my goodness, my favorite feature, I put a spoiler on it. It's a sports sleigh. We've got Santa's sports sleigh up there. And yeah. So this is where we're at. All of it's getting built without showing anything. So stick around for just a couple more minutes and we'll have the time lapse of everything being built, and then we'll check everything out. I promise it's not going to be a long video. But now I kind of want to build the North Pole, which I think we're going to do like right over here. Maybe we'll do it like right here actually. And as it turns out, that is probably not going to be enough wool, especially since I don't see any red right here. So let's get back into the storage room, and I think we actually have an entire chest of wool, which isn't going to help us because we need red dye. Oh, good. We've got 3. Just kidding. There's poppies. Oh, good. We've got 13. Oh, wait. I have red tulips. Oh, good. We've got 24. We may need to AFK our iron farm for just a little bit. As it turns out, it was running while we were building another farm. So that should be enough red dye to make the North Pole. But we do have to get a little bit of wool. And in that case, why don't we just go down here and look at the farm that I was building? It is a big old cactus farm. And this was mainly just so that we have a constant supply of cactus so that we can do some green dye if we need it. And over here, we did some redstone. So as you can see, this light just happens to be on, which means it's in bone meal mode. So all of the cactus that drops is getting fed back there and becoming bone meal and being turned into bone blocks, as well as what used to be my bamboo farm, which is now a sugarcane farm. I rerouted that so that it also goes back here and turns into bone meal and into bone blocks. And it is very, very slow. But we have a constant form of bone meal at least. Or I should say when we're working over here at the castle, so, you know. But anyways, if we turn this off, then everything slides right... Actually, you know what? Let's just go back here. Whoa, that was a little bit too fast. Then everything goes right over that hopper, up through there into some storage chests over here. And when this one gets almost full, this light will turn on. So I will know just how much stuff I have in there, which... you know, is probably never going to be used, but it was kind of a cool feature, I guess. And I also felt like doing some redstone, and I've never used water streams with redstone before, so this was actually... it was actually pretty fun to build. Is it good redstone? Probably not. But does it work? Yes, as a matter of fact, it does. It's just awfully slow because getting 23 bone blocks took, yeah, quite a while. But anyways, wool. We need some white wool. So let's just take 4 stacks, I suppose. That should definitely be enough. And now we've got the materials to build the North Pole. So let's get to it. And after trying a whole bunch of different things, it's not going to look too good at the scale that I want. It needs to be kind of huge for it to look great. So I think we're going to bail on the North Pole. And instead of that, right over here, we're going to build a big old snowman. Like, I don't know, 20-something blocks tall or something. Just a big Frosty the Snowman. So let's do that instead. Oh, look at this fella. What a good sport. So we've got our snowman, and he is little bit taller than I was actually anticipating, but I don't think it's too bad. It adds to the festiveness of our area we got going on here. I think he came out pretty good. I added some arms. To get the shape of him, I did use plots.co.uk, so I would definitely recommend checking that out if you have to do anything rounded in Minecraft. It definitely helps. But yeah, there's our happy fella. He's there, and he's big. And now that he's done, I'm debating if I want to go try and find some red sandstone and use some stairs for the nose, just so it's not this huge block on his face. But in the meantime, we built the North Pole! And I also kind of can't stop doing redstone. I don't know, I'm obsessed with redstone and redstone lights right now, so we keep doing that. But yeah, we got the North Pole up here on the mountain. We even have a resident up there in the snow globe. Look at him. And he is, of course, none other than Steve. Yeah, I'm talking to you. So the Winter Wonderland is looking fantastic with our builds that we've gotten done, and now we need to do our tree. And of course a lot of detail work, but I think that means it's time to dive into the time lapse. So let's go. Oh. We've got a Winter Wonderland here, and look at this, it's beautiful. But for real, look how this came out. It ain't too bad, is it? The only issue with the place is, as you might be able to tell, I used a lot of item frames everywhere, so it's a little bit laggy. We might not be spending too much time over here, you know, once we're done with this. But let's take a little look-see while we do. And first off, we've got our giant Christmas tree out on a frozen lake with some gifts under it. Look at that. How beautiful. I, of course, had to add the gift chest resource pack just for this build, and we have them in there as well, but we're not going in there just yet. So we did a bunch of redstone inside the tree, too, just to make it look like it's blinking a little bit, as we did with other spots, but I'm pretty happy with how the tree came out. It's not perfect, and, you know, I don't like things to be perfect, so that's A-okay. But I think it looks pretty good, and the presents underneath it were kind of the very last thing that I did for the build, and I think that pretty much wrapped it up. That makes the tree look like a Christmas tree. So then I think next we'll come right over here to our pathway. Oh, and look at this resource pack. It puts, you know, snow under and on top of the fences and stuff. Oh, goodness, I love that. But we've got this path leading up in this direction over this way. So, you know, maybe in the future we'll do some more stuff over there. But for now, we're going to take a look at our big ol' snowman. And I did swap out the nose from wool to red sandstone, I don't remember what it's like red smooth sandstone stairs, I think. But yeah, whatever it's technically called, it gives it a little bit more of a point, which I'm a lot happier with. And it's even like slightly rounded. I mean, not rounded, you know, it's Minecraft, but you get what I'm saying. It's not just one giant block of orange coming out of this dude's face. It actually has some definition and a little bit of shape to it, which I think makes a huge difference. And I think next we are going to skip right over the workshop, and we're going to head up the hill to take a little peek at our North Pole. So here, as we showed earlier in the video, we do have a resident up there, and he is, of course, Steve. But then, as per usual, we did a little bit of redstone, which is probably adding to the lag. But that's okay. It looks super cool, and it's very simple, and it you know, it just kind of makes the lights trickle up the side of the pole, which I kind of like that. I was going to try and make it blink like intermittently, but I got to this point and I like that a little bit more, how it just kind of goes up the pole like that. So that is our North Pole. And then behind us, we've got Santa's sports sleigh. And of course, I'm calling it a sports sleigh because I added a spoiler. Why did I add a spoiler to Santa's sleigh? What am I doing? But yeah, Santa's sleigh, we got the sack up top full of toys ready to go. And yeah, I took a tumble. I didn't have my armor on. But anyways, and we added lights to Santa's sleigh, of course, just to make it more festive. And I'm not entirely sure if, like, the end rods work very well, but they look kind of cool to me. I don't know. I think we'll keep them, though. I like them. And now it is time for the workshop. And my goodness, I absolutely love how this roof came out. I feel like I actually probably should have done a little bit more snow on it because, you know, we are at the North Pole, so it's probably a little bit more snowy than this, but that's okay. It looks pretty cool like that. I'm very happy with it. But yeah, so the workshop, we'll start out by looking at this little tree up top of the entrance, which of course is blinking with some more redstone. And then we go through the candy canes to get inside where all of the little elves, aka copper golems, are working hard, and they're only getting stuff out of this chest. I mean, putting stuff in this chest. I have this one set up as well, but I think they have abandoned that one, and they are moving everything from here into here. And I put a whole absolute ton of chests in there so that it looks like they're walking around with some presents, you know, sorting some presents around, but they're all doing the same thing, going to the same spot. So I think I need to do a little bit of editing there. But this is the interior of the workshop. We've got presents all over the place. We've got workbenches over here, and you know, this is, of course, signifying a toy because I don't know, maybe it looks like a doll. Like I said earlier, bear with me. But we've got a little bit of greenery in here. I switched the ceiling to be snow. I don't know, something about it being white makes it feel a little bit more festive, I guess. And then, of course, even more item frames with lights around the top of the room. And this took forever. And I also learned a little bit about the shelf blocks in Santa's room. And I'm excited to use them for another build, or, maybe when we start on our new build on the server we're going to be joining again in a few weeks. So that is quite exciting. But yeah, this is essentially the interior of the workshop. And then last but not least, we have Santa's room, and we have an incredible entrance. So let's press the button and see what happens. Oh, is that good or is that good? The lights come on with the button here. I'll show you that. So now they're going to go off because I have a T flip-flop. And then we'll press it again, and we'll turn all of the lights back on. And we get the nice little jingle every time. We've got a couple presents in here, and there is a bucket of powdered snow for some reason. Don't know why I put that in there, but we got a present on the fireplace over here, and, you know, we've got some more red and white stuff scattered around over here. Oh, and that is what I've learned about the shelf blocks. So just for an example, I emptied my hotbar. These all have redstone behind them. Don't know why I did that, but if you right click it, you can just put your whole entire hotbar right in there like that. How awesome is that? So when we start on this server in a few weeks, I'm going to make a little thing like in the bedroom. So you go in at night, you just throw your stuff down for the night, you go to bed, and then you get back up, grab it, and you're on your way. I mean, how cool is that? I think that's absolutely awesome. What a great addition. But then, of course, we've got another tree in Santa's room. We've got a red and green bedspread for Mr. Santa on his huge bed over here. We've got some cookies. Some cookies on the nightstand next to the bed. And now that I think about it, I should have made one of them milk. I love when my brain starts working while I'm showing off a build, and yeah, sad. But yeah, then we've got a nice candy cane rug down here, and that, oh, and a little painting, actually little, that's gigantic, a massive painting of a dog right here. Maybe that's Santa's little helper. Yeah, I don't know. But this is Santa's room. I know we could have gone a little bit more festive, but I kind of wanted to keep it a little bit more modest for some reason. I don't really know why I went that route, but yeah, this is where we're at. I love, oh, I missed. I love the lights and the sounds, and I don't know. I think it's pretty dang good. Oh, it looks cool with the fog like this, too. But that, ladies and jellyfish, is our North Pole Winter Wonderland, Santa's Workshop, whatever you want to call it, build. And that is where we are going to leave this video right there now that we checked everything out. And I'm just running through the snow, hoping that I run into something so that I can stop. And there we go. So that is where we are going to leave this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to tune into the next one. Episode 50 is a world tour, and it'll be our last video of the year. And I'm really excited to just go back and check everything out that we've done over these first 50 videos and see, you know, how much we've improved and whatever we can come up with. Just all the builds that we've gotten into, you know, over these 50 videos. But we're gonna leave it there. I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe and comment, and we will see you next time for the world tour. I love you, and bye.